Let me hit you with something blunt. Most people don't have an income problem. They have an invisibility problem. Because in most workplaces, you don't get paid based on effort. You get paid based on what decision makers believe you're worth and how easily they can replace you. And here's the unforgettable part. If your income stayed flat for the next 2 years, would you be fine? Or would it quietly start to squeeze your lifestyle little by little? Prices don't pause, rent doesn't pause, your responsibilities don't pause. So today, I'm going to give you one weekly habit that high earners use, often without even realizing it, that consistently leads to higher income over time. Not get rich quick, not manifest more money, but a real habit that raises your value in the marketplace. And you can do this in just 30 to 45 minutes a week. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. I'm Thomas Schmidt, and I've spent over 3 decades as a technology and business executive, including roles as COO, CMO, and VP product, leading teams through multiple industry and technology disruptions. Now I work as a consultant, helping organizations optimize how they manage technology, streamline operations, and sharpen both their marketing and product strategies. But I also help mid-career professionals reinvent their careers for what's coming next. And that's why I make these videos, to give you practical insights that help you stay relevant, competitive, and excited about your future. And just a quick ask. If you want practical career strategy that connects directly to your income, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps the channel and informs YouTube to show this content to more people who actually need it. All right, let's get into it. The weekly habit that raises your income is this: weekly market alignment. What does it mean? Well, it means once a week you deliberately align your skills and positioning where the market is paying. Not where it used to pay, not where your job description says you belong, but rather where money is actually flowing right now. Because here's how income really grows. You don't get paid more for doing the same thing longer. You get paid more for doing more valuable things or doing the same thing in a way that solves a bigger problem. Weekly market alignment is how you keep your career pointed at bigger problems. Income follows value. High earners usually share one trait. They don't leave their value up to chance. They track the market like it matters, because it does. They know what skills are rising, what roles are expanding, what problems companies are investing in, what's becoming automated or outsourced, and what new must-have expectations are showing up in job listings. And when they see this shift early, they adjust early. That's how you get into the top-tier pay bands before everyone else wakes up. Most people only react after the pressure hits, after layoffs, after a reorg, after a promotion goes to someone else, or after they get told, we're going in a different direction. Weekly market alignment prevents that. So how does this work? Well, step 1 is simple: scan the market. Once a week, open a job board. LinkedIn is fine, and search roles adjacent to yours. Don't focus on a perfect job. You're not applying right now. What you're doing is you're collecting signals. Look for patterns. What skills show up repeatedly? What tools keep appearing? What responsibilities are increasing? What titles are becoming more common? What words were rare 2 years ago but are now everywhere? This is the part most people skip because it feels extra. But this is where leverage starts, because you're reading the market before the market forces you. Step 2, identify pay signals. Pay signals are the clues that a skill or capability is connected to higher pay. For example, look for things like roles that mention ownership, stakeholder management, strategy, roadmap, metrics, revenue, risk, regulatory, automation, AI enablement, and product-led growth. Roles with a broader scope, not just tasks, include things like roles that touch money, risk, or outcomes, or roles that sit closer to decision makers, because income increases when you move closer to things like revenue, cost savings, risk reduction, and strategic decisions. So if your role is mostly execution, your pay ceiling is going to be lower. If your role influences outcomes, your pay ceiling goes up. Weekly market alignment trains you to see that. Step 3, pick one gap. Not 10 gaps, not a full reinvention, one. And then ask yourself, what's one skill I keep seeing that I'm weak in? What's one responsibility that shows up in higher paying roles that I'm not demonstrating clearly? Or what's one tool or capability that keeps showing up in roles one level above me? Then choose the one that's adjacent to what you already do or in demand, repeatedly connected to business outcomes. This avoids the biggest trap: random learning. Random learning feels productive, but it doesn't raise income. Aligned learning does. Step 4, do a micro upgrade. This is where most people overcomplicate it. A micro upgrade is small, targeted, and immediately useful. Here's some examples. Learn one concept and write a 5-line summary. Take one short lesson. Build one small artifact. Could be a slide, a framework, or a document template. Improve one resume bullet so it shows outcomes. Rewrite one LinkedIn section to match market language. Practice one story using the problem, action, result structure. And here's the rule. Your upgrade should be something you could use in a meeting, a performance conversation, an interview, a portfolio, or a networking message. If it can't be used, it won't translate into income. Okay, let me give you a simple example. Two professionals have the same job title. Person A says, I manage projects. Person B says, I manage cross-functional delivery tied to measurable outcomes, reducing cycle time and improving customer experience. Same work, different positioning, different pay ceiling. Weekly market alignment helps you rewrite your reality in the language that organizations reward, because pay isn't just about competence, it's about perceived impact. Why weekly wins? Okay, now here's why weekly beats occasional bursts. Most people do career development like this. Nothing for months, panic learning for a weekend, and back to nothing. Then rinse and repeat. Well, that doesn't compound, that's just reacting. But 30 to 45 minutes a week for a year is 25 to 35 hours of targeted development. And because it's aligned with market demand, the value multiplies. And that's how you quietly become the obvious promotion, the person recruiters call first, the one who can negotiate. Not because you're lucky, but because you're aligned. If your goal is higher income, well, you need to internalize this. Income doesn't rise when you deserve it. Income rises when you can credibly claim, I solve higher value problems. I reduce risk or increase results. I can operate at a higher level than my title. Weekly market alignment creates those claims because each week you're doing these 3 things, learning the market language, upgrading one capability, sharpening your positioning, and eventually your resume, your LinkedIn, your interview stories, everything starts matching what the market is buying. And that's when income moves. Some quick warnings though, because these mistakes will waste your time. Mistake number 1, chasing hype. Don't chase every trend. Follow repeated demand. Mistake number 2, learning without proof. If you learn something, create a tiny artifact and story that proves it. Mistake number 3, staying too narrow. Income rises when your scope rises. You need to start building adjacent skills that connect to outcomes. Mistake number 4, waiting for permission. You don't need permission to upgrade yourself. You need consistency. Okay, well, here's the full routine. Scan the market, that's 10 minutes. Spot pay signals, another 10 minutes. Pick one gap, 5 minutes. And micro upgrade, 15 to 20 minutes. That's it. Put it on your calendar like a meeting with your future income, because that's exactly what it is. Okay, your turn. Now, I want to hear from you. If you wanted to raise your income this year, what's the one skill you suspect would make the biggest difference? Drop it in the comments below. And if you're not sure, say that too. Tell me your role in industry and I'll reply with the most likely pay signal to focus on. And if this episode helped you, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with a friend who's been stuck at the same income level for too long. And of course, subscribe for more weekly insights on how to grow, evolve, and show up as your best self. Until next time, take care, be kind to yourself, and keep leaning into what makes you strong. And I'll see you in the next one.